have not received any communication from the accused persons that they have selected the lawyers. I hereby now implement direction number 2, where I was requested to appoint the advocates in state level. The registrar went ahead to appoint 3 advocates. I want to know whether they are here. Counsel Namawejje, Sylvia, Counsel Sylvia, who is that? Counsel Sylvia, Counsel Awero, Sir. We confirm.
I think it would be an injustice to the people of Uganda to pay for lawyers for us when we are able to meet the requirements of our representation. Especially in these hard times when people are dying of hunger.
Criminal Social Case number 335 of 2025, Uganda versus Dr. Kizza Besigye, Obeid Lutale, and RO/127 Portuguese Captain Ola Delishoya.
May it please this honorable court, I'm Thomas Jatiko, Assistant Director of Public Prosecution. This morning I appear together with my colleague. This afternoon, Richard Birivubuka, Chief State Attorney for the prosecution. My Lord, the accused persons, A1, A2, and A3 are present in court. My Lord, for the record, A3, that is Ola Denish Oya, is being represented by my land friend, Claire Naku, who is holding brief for counsel Simon Subuga and Hanifa Namakula, who are in personal conduct of his defense and case. My Lord, these counsel Simon Subuga and Hanifa Namakula are presently in session in the corner for Justice Mubiru. Claire Naku, N-A-K-K-U, Claire. Counsel Simon Subuga and Hanifa Namakula, who are in personal conduct of this case. They are appearing before Justice Mubiru in the session. My Lord, the team of lawyers of A1 and A2, we do not see them present in court this afternoon. And my Lord, the last time this court, honorable court was in session, we adjourned the hearing of this matter to today, the 15th of July, 2026. And my Lord, therein this Honorable Court directed and ordered the prosecution to make available its disclosure or evidence that it intends to rely upon and make personal disclosure to the accused persons, that is A1 and A2. I would wish to inform this Honorable Court that this disclosure is ready and present in court. And my Lord, we pray that this court be pleased to permit us complete this service of disclosure upon A1 and A2 who are present in court, my Lord.
The prosecution is directed, is immediate to serve all the evidence intended to rely on to the accused persons immediately right now. The one and A2 as directed by the state statutes.
For the record, Thomas Jatiko, Assistant DPP. My Lord, as directed by this Honorable Court, the prosecution has personally effected service upon A1, that is Colonel Retired Dr. Kizza Besigye, with Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3, my Lord. And my Lord, this is similar to accused number 2, that is Haji Obeid Lutale. We have similarly served him with Volume 1, 2, and 3. My Lord, with particular reference to Volume 3, my Lord, the prosecution has included 2 statements, that is of detective, have included 2 statements of the investigating officers, that is Detective IP Natumanya Nelson. We have included 2 statements of the investigating officers, and the accused have acknowledged receipt by appending their respective signs or signatures.
Let me confirm from each accused whether you have received Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. whether you have received that volume 1, volume 2, and 3 which they are.
First accused, and they have received all the 3.
Volume 1, volume 2, have you received those volumes?
Yes.
Okay, since you have received the evidence which the state intends to rely on as per court's direction, it's now okay. Let me go to the next stage. When we are here on 13th, in addition to this disclosure which has been made, I directed the Registrar of Criminal Division, in case you keep for the challenge, you still have the challenge of legal representation, I directed that the state, the Deputy Registrar of Criminal Division should avail you with a list of lawyers in the state. And on record, there is a letter from the registrar that he sent to you, a list of lawyers totaling 786 to choose from. Can I get any clarification?
Yes, sir. We received a list of the lawyers who are state funded. At about 6 p.m. last evening, as you have indeed observed, they are totaling 786. Like to be guided how to proceed with selecting those that can represent us if our legal representation challenges are not resolved. Court is aware that the charges we face are very serious and very complex. Considering that they cover events in 4 countries. Some of the evidence that we are faced with is technical, electronic evidence. And so in selection of legal representation, it's vital that we understand the competencies of the various lawyers on this role. And that then, guided by the various competencies available to us, we make a selection. What is simply provided are names, the year of enrollment, the jurisdiction or magisterial area where they serve, and their telephone contacts. So, Judge, I am seeking for guidance on how we can get to understand their competencies so that we are facilitated to make a selection. Having said that, I would also like to reiterate our earlier presentation to this court that the legal team we had is a team we are very comfortable with its competencies. And that it would still be available to us to represent us in this matter. Once matters relating to their security have been resolved, which, as we have been pointing out, those matters are contained in our application number 248, which is before the High Court. And which is before the High Court, this High Court, and which
for the record, Thomas Jatiko, Assistant Deputy. I would reply to what the accused have said. My lord, these are matters that this honorable court may address, because we are not, the prosecution is not party to the alleged application, miscellaneous application 248 of 2026. My lord, the prosecution awaits the directives and guidance of this honorable court to humbly submit.
On the issue of application number 248, the deputy registrar is going to communicate officially to you. He confirmed that it's not before me, but he's going to write to you through Zira and give you the person who is handling that application. I will now turn to the issue of legal representation. When we are last here, this honorable court made some directions to the deputy registrar. As indeed A1 and A2 have confirmed, they have not made any selection of lawyers from the list forwarded. And the reasons I will report which they have submitted. On the other hand, I have received a letter which is confirming what the accused persons have told court. A letter from the Registrar of Vision. I read that following the directions of today morning, I have not received any communication from the accused persons that they have selected the lawyers. I hereby now implement direction number 2, where I was requested to appoint the advocates in state delivery. The registrar went ahead to appoint 3 advocates. I want to know whether they are here. Counsel Namawejje, Sylvia, Counsel Sylvia. Who is that? Counsel Sylvia, Counsel Awero, Sal. We confirm.
What is on the record, Thomas Yadiko, and second,
I have confirmed that the 3 advocates are in court, so you wanted to say something, sir?
just I haven't got the name of the second counsel.
Can you give me the name?
Serwambala Julius. Serwambala is SELWA.
One so right.
You have anything you want to say?
So, if I may just understand what has taken place, does it mean that we are now represented? So, what do you want me to comment on?
I am trying to say what happened, so I have not.
You want me to wait till you, because I don't know where we are.
I want to make a clarification that which you asked about the list of lawyers which was given to you. That all those people applied, made application to the chief registrar of the court certificate. The same, all those 786 were verified and vetted by the office of the chief registrar. So they have passed that case. That one you can feel free to choose from that list. Now, I just want to hear from you, how long do you need to finish this process of selection of your own? How long from today? How long do you think you need so that you can study that stuff?
Yes, as we studied, I was inquiring into the status of...
I am going to that. Let me first know. We are still on your side.
As I pointed out, sir,
how long do you need to study the list? I've told you it is verified and...
if I talk about the length of time, what I need to guide me to decide, I have no doubt that all of them are qualified lawyers.
So how long do you need to make your decision?
What I pointed out, sir, is that lawyers have different competencies.
That's okay. So how long?
And so to select a lawyer for a particular task, one needs to understand their specific
That's what
competencies.
guiding me. How long do you need to make your
So, considering the constraints we have, maybe about 2 weeks. Hopefully we will have had an understanding and if the court has information beyond the fact that they were verified as lawyers in terms of what they have experience in, that would be helpful also if the court would avail it to us.
weeks? This is what I choose part. And I get this response for being
For the record, Thomas, that it was standing. For the prosecution is ready to commence this hearing with its presentation of its witnesses. And my Lord, it is important that the accused person make this selection. In addition to the appointment, my Lord, the prosecution is imploring if this process can take a week. From the date upon which this honorable court shall direct, my Lord.
Having heard from the accused persons and the state, let me hear from the lawyers in the state being appointed by the registrar. How long do you take assume you are following?
My Lord,
This is
Serwambala Julius, my Lord. Serwambala is SELWA. My Lord, 2 weeks would be sufficient for us. My Lord, during that time, we also undertake to take the 2 accused persons copies of our CVs, our experiences in criminal law and practice, and any other relevant information that the accused may want. So, pray.
get from that side. This is what said.
Well, only to reiterate, considering what the prosecutor said, court needs to take cognizance of the fact that we are not only in prison, we are in prison, in the prison. In Rosira, which is the maximum security prison of Uganda, there are also prisons inside. Of areas where we cannot interact with other prisoners.
I didn't get you are responding on what he said.
Yes, he says we need 1 week is enough.
You are
So
responding
even
the
to
time
communicate to
of
the administration is a process. There is a process through which we
you are
can,
responding
on the time.
time of 1 week
Yes.
against the 2 weeks.
Yes, even the 2 weeks, I am not sure that it will be enough, but I suggested 2 weeks as a reasonable time within which we can try to do all we can. And I'm just highlighting the challenges we face in doing what is before us. That we are doubly confined. That the administration of the Uganda prisons at Rosira is highly intimidated about our case. They handle it like it is nuclear material, anything related to us. That's why our applications to this court come very late, because they are not commissioned in time. The prison has many justices of peace who should commission documents. But ours can only be commissioned by one person, who is the OC. The letter that came to court, hopefully it arrived on Monday when we were here, which I was referring to, was a letter we had written to you, Mr. Judge, on Thursday last week. But we were not allowed to sign it until Monday, when we were coming to court, when the OC would be around. So I reiterate my earlier suggestion that 2 weeks may be sufficient to get information on the lawyers on the road and to decide who could help us. Having said that, sir, I wish to say that we are dissatisfied with your response regarding 248, our miscellaneous application 248, which talks about representation we are dealing with. Uganda High Court is one court.
That is the one I said the registrar is going to communicate.
Yes, and I'm saying we are dissatisfied with the idea of the registrar communicating. Uganda High Court is one court with original jurisdiction to which we bring matters. It has one registrar responsible for all these documentations. Applications we have made previously touching.
I think that one I said really, I have answered that.
I'm saying I'm dissatisfied with your answer, and I'm giving reasons why I'm dissatisfied with your answer,
So
sir.
you need to investigate the registrar, and you will that. So let us go.
Oh, so now he's going to tell you where the file is. Okay. I thought you said he was going to communicate to us.
Yes, that's what he's going to still communicate to you, and even give me.
Yes, but I hope, and I don't know why it has taken so long, because naturally, that application will be.
Investigate that.
Okay, sir.
Here are the directions of this one. Since the Prosecution has made full disclosure that the persons personally, is A1, A2, the request for 2 weeks by accused the person is granted with the following directions, further directions, within those 2 weeks. Go ahead and select the lawyers of your choice from the list, which was dated and confirmed by the Chief Registrar of Courts of Culture, and then meet your team, share the evidence that has been disclosed to you, and I add that Rizila, which had communicated the facilities, should go ahead and avail those facilities to you as a selected team from today onwards. And then our team should be ready for hearing of this case on the date I'm going to communicate. Another direction is that the 3 lawyers from state brief appointed by the registrar should the people submit their CV to the accused persons for consideration. You can submit your CV through the registrar, then the registrar will forward it to Kizza. Otherwise, be prepared in case there is a challenge from the accused persons. The registrar also is directed with immediate effect to write to the accused persons on the status of this application. Accused persons keep referring to, which is not located to me. That is, the registrar should communicate immediately the status of this application number 248/2026. With those directions, therefore, this matter is adjourned for hearing on 29th June at 11. 29th. No.
You're right.
Next
I think July. They come on 29th July at 11. The prosecution
But that's impracticable.
were directed to prepare your meetings on that day. So forth.
It's impracticable, you understand?
You come and tell us if you are aware that it is practical. Go and read your lawyers from today.
So have you given us 2 weeks to choose lawyers or less?
You choose lawyers from today, they prepare, they come here after those are within 2 weeks, 29.
No, Mr. Judge, I still have a very burning issue.
I am saying I have given you from today.
Yes, another issue, I'm not asking on that. The other issue is to inform court. I informed the court at our last appearance that we had filed a notice of appeal in the matter of the senior's application 227. I now wish to further inform court that we have filed an application number 269 of 220, just for the record.
You know the record, I can't write that applications and another file.
Pardon?
Okay,
I'm just informing.
There is application where you find the notice of appeal and ask for the report. I have forwarded those, the report you got the report in that completed file and the notice of appeal.
So
if there is any other,
we have filed an application for stay of the 335.
Is you are right, it's finished. I don't have it here.
So we need to be heard at the next appearance.
I don't have it here. Let us, if you have filed, you shall.
Additionally, sir, I don't know why you don't give us time.
No, I have done this matter.
Yes,
You have
yes, I have other matters.
Yes, I don't have anywhere to write.
Yes,
I don't have anywhere to write.
other matters.
If you have other concerns,
Yes, sir.
they might exist.
We have just been given disclosures that include electronic equipment, which upon arrival at Rosilla is going to be confiscated. Yes. So we need orders.
Please interpret. So let me just say.
They are here.
What is the head? Yes, now, let us do this. That one, let us expect the order. Because I have given the order to disclose partially to them, and they have disclosed to them. So maybe we are going to give that order to the police.
So that they don't,
Yes, confiscate the item.
that these are our materials, you have no access to. No, sir. I have a final issue, which is a burning issue actually.
Wait on it.
It's a matter over which I touched on at our last appearance, but which I think needs to be given more substantive consideration by this court. So I intend to now formally ask court, in respect of what Mr. Museveni said on the 4th of July.
Put it in writing so that I'm able to respond. Because now I am not writing.
Yeah, but
If you have that concern, put it in writing, I'm able to respond. But now we have adjourned that case. I have guided on disclosure.
this matter, the reason I think
Feel
it's...
free to put it in writing. You have been writing.
Yes, but it is urgent. The urgency of it is that...
Can you allow us to write?
Yes, sir.
Put those concerns so that I'm able to respond. Because now I don't have. Feel free to put them
The problem is that you have given us 2 weeks,
and
which
all
is,
the lift is tomorrow.
so if we put it in,
You need to go to the cells around them to give you time to write, so that you bring those books. You can in the cell. That's the